Things are going very well in Europe in this historic season for Viborg. Domestically, though, it's a very different story. We've got a big game today against Copenhagen at the top. They could go out of sight if they get a victory against us, but then we go away to Fiorentina, and what a day out that's going to be. Yes, hello and welcome to part 32 of Rebuilding Viborg with me, Daniel. As the title gives away, it's basically a season of two different tales so far. Brilliance in Europe, we've competed beyond all measure, but it has had a huge knock-on effect on our domestic form. Retaining the title looks difficult, even the goal difference. You can tell how far apart we are in performances. So if you're looking forward to seeing if we can claw back some of that gap today, then please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe for daily FM22 content. If you haven't seen it already, yesterday we started our final save of FM22. I'll put the link up in the eye above. Please do check it out if you haven't already. Something very different to our norm on the channel, and I hope you enjoy it as a short-term feature. There's also regular streams over on Twitch. That link's up there too, as well as all the other key playlists up there, and links in the description to other platforms and ways to support the channel. But thank you as always for your incredible support as we come back with a very mixed bag. We've got players ineligible today because, of course, we're playing Copenhagen, where half of our squad is on loan from, another injury to Oscar Burr, and more disappointment. Let's start with the schedule so I can show you what I mean, because it's been so peculiar, but something we've seen so often, even looking at, say, West Ham last season when they were playing in the Europa League. Look at the results since you were last with me. We had that brilliant draw against Arsenal. Obviously that really disappointing defeat against Esbjerg. We then got a comfortable win in the Cup. You'd probably expect that. 2 for Rothman and 1 apiece for Williamson, Merlet and Carson. But then defeat at Lyngby. Another game where we threw away 3 points. Leading at half time, ran out of steam. And that's the first 11. This isn't one of those games where we rotated. We had rested the squad in the Cup game, but they're looking ahead to Thursday night, and it's having a knock-on effect on their confidence and on their application. Hayden Carter got the goal in that defeat. Lerche made yet another howler, and if it wasn't for Morten Berren's injury, I would have brought the experience back in. We did, though, react brilliantly when we went to Kazakhstan. A 4-0 win against Astana. Carter got another in that game, as well as Novicki. First for the club, a big one for him, the Welshman, and goals for Palmer and Tobias Beck, the 2 wide men. We then followed it up with a rare weekend win in the league, a 3-1 victory against Randers. The home game really helped as Tobias Beck got a brace and young Daniel Winthrop got one off the bench too. And then it all went really wrong. After an international break where most of our players were rested, we came back with a 4-0 defeat in the derby. Midtjylland wiped the floor with us, and in truth it should have been a lot more. The whole back four and goalkeeper Bar Carter were abysmal, and it was a hat-trick for Crefton. It could have been so much more, but we were fortunate to get away with just 4. We did, though, then produce a brilliant performance on the Thursday again, so we are struggling with the warm-up to our Europa games more than we are with the knock-on effect afterwards, which is a little bit bizarre really. But a 1-1 draw against Fiorentina, a late equaliser from super sub Jurchin Rothman. He's changed roles in this club, but he's just as impactful, and it's a brilliant goal from him to level the tie. That means we're unbeaten, we've got 5 points from 3 games, and if we can win at home to Astana in the game after this one, we should basically be secured Europa Conference after Christmas. We did back it up with a win, 3-1 at home to Vejle, a good result against the promoted side with Park, Beck and Carlson getting a goal apiece, but Park will not be able to play today. Palmer exactly the same. We are going to be down to the bare bones, and with Merler out and Burr injured, we're a little bit short at the back. So I'm interested to see how we get on. The bolstered squad has not helped us as much as I'd like. The good news is, with Copenhagen, Midtjylland and Brøndby all in Europe, some of those are suffering too. So if I show you the competition screen, Brøndby are miles off it. 1 point a game over 13. They're probably not going to make the top half now with just 9 games to go. Midtjylland doing a bit better, but they've invested really well. Copenhagen flying at the top. They've got the best squad in the league. And Nordsjælland, the surprise package. Bottom half last year after losing their manager and star striker to Copenhagen. But now they've reinvested well, they're playing once a week, and they're sort of having the same impact as we did last year. is almost an identical position to what we were in. So we're going to see how we get on here. Astana have 0 points. That is the big news for us and needs to be the same today as well. If Arsenal can do the double over them after we beat them and Fiorentina the same, we are virtually guaranteed third place, and that is crucial for post-Christmas. Hopefully we'll get a bit of that in our budget, as if we get through in the cup we face Bromby, that's one that could go either way. So let's get through to the fixtures. Into the first game. We've got 5 days off after this one, so we can go strong. But as we've seen before, that doesn't mean a lot. We've lost to far weaker sides in the build-up previously, so let's see what happens in this one. Off to pick our team, back in a minute to run through it. Right then, where we've got the option, I've gone for experience today. I'm a little bit torn at centre-half because Messick has been really poor in recent weeks. I do wonder if I bring Carlson in. I'm going to gamble on it. What is the harm? We've seen him perform regularly. Centre-half, big area for me in January. We know we've got the big tall one coming in. I wonder if he'll be good enough. But I've gone experience. Rothman instead of Novicki up front with both Palmer and with Park out, of course. So this is the team that will line up today. Thankfully with Daniel Harbo back from injury. It's Lerche in goal. And Yembi and Real the fullbacks with Carlson and Carter as centre-half. Vitt, Harbo and Cannell the midfield three. Sampaio, Beck and Rothman the front three. We need goals, we need heroics. And we need a result, quite frankly. Because without that, we'll be 8 points behind in a title race. And probably pretty much out of it. So let's go and see if we can get it. Nearly a full house again at Viborg. They've stuck with us despite the poor results. Now we've got to try and repay them. Well, it's 5 changes for us from our first league game. Copenhagen make 8. And Morten Toksvard is one of those who keeps his place. Someone that I hate seeing against us after all our success with him. But you can't tell which squad is stronger for Copenhagen. And that is a massive credit to them. Mikkel Denius, another former loan player, one of those to drop out. Which suggests they've gone a little stronger today. But overall, they've got a fabulous squad. They've got talent everywhere. And they're preparing for Thursday night too. So let's get through the dressing room, ask the lads to prove a point, encourage them, we want their best. But we know this is going to be a tough ask. So through the tunnel interview, we're just going to give the positive options. And into the first half we go. Fingers crossed, we can deliver for the crowd. Well, it's an early free kick for Copenhagen. It does not look good for us from the start. That one goes over the bar, but it was simple from a set piece. Again, they're left unmarked in the box. And they're outnumbering us. Toksvard's got the ball on the right. Seems to be playing really wide in this game. Gets it inside to Andre Horta, but it's all Copenhagen early doors. And that one probably should have gone in. He had time and space for a shot in the penalty area. But thankfully for us, it's high and wide. As Robinson's got it at the back again. Works his way down the line. Just blitzed past too easily as Sampaio can't get there. Back out to Robinson again. Into Bio. Good header from Carlson. Toksvard keeps it in on the right wing. Oh, I hate seeing him against us. To Hagen. To Toksvard. To Hagen. You just wait for the penalty here. You wait for it. No, he gets to the byline. Sets up the goal, does he? No. Bio can't get it over the line. Lerche makes the save. It is all the visitors at the minute. And it's a matter of time before we concede. Unless something pretty drastic changes. And with 20 on the clock, we are back in possession. Can we finally make something happen going forward? We're being pressed in our own half as Anyembi is forced all the way back to Carter. And we have to start again. Anyembi into Harbo. What a welcome return after his injury in the last episode. Finds Carter again and Anyembi. Space, but again, we're going backwards. We're not finding a way through them. And this better lead to something because it's all the way back to the keeper. And I feel like we've been conned out of 30 seconds there. Out to Real on the left-hand side. Again can come forward into the space. And this time he beats a man. Can he find the perfect through ball? He's got Beck and Rothman with him. Beck wins it back on the edge of the box. Through to Flavio Sampaio. And in a game where we've been absolutely battered for 20 minutes. We've scored with our first shot on goal. Determined play from Beck. A big run from Real and a classic cool finish from Flavio Sampaio as Rothman now picks it up and gives away possession in his own half too. Horta finds Turp, wide to Robinson, 3 in the middle, this lead might not last long. Back to Matson, into Toksvard, not him, to the byline, into Bio. 1-1, the lead didn't even last 2 minutes and it's Morten Toksvard with the assist. We are so brittle at the back. We need a left centre-half desperately. I just hope the lad we've pre-agreed for January is the solution. Because if he's not, this is going to be a very hard season. As Toksvard gets down the right, ball in again. Free header against Anyembi at the back post. It goes just over the bar. It's 0-0. It's half an hour gone. but we're getting battered as it's in again. Good save by the keeper, deflecting all over the place. It's another corner kick. I think it's our second shot on goal, and I'm not convinced it was our player, as Cannell's going to take it. To the back post he aims. Who's up? Bio's there first. And Vip will bring it back down on the left wing. Can we get the ball back in the box while there's still bodies up in support? Carlson does just that, but we don't get to see it. And we're back with a throw on the left. It's been an end-to-end game. Mostly at our end, it's got to be said. But we are coming into it now with Tobias Beck taking on his man on the left-hand side. Through ball towards Rothman. Oh, he's hit the post. Great chance, Jurchin Rothman. He's had a good game so far, in fairness. I'm just looking in goal for Copenhagen, that Jolson. Is that the same keeper we had at Helsingborg? Because our keeper there was young Jolson. I'm going to have to go and look at that at half-time. As Harbo goes to Anyembi, it's back into Carter, and he's forced all the way back to his keeper. But we are looking better in possession. This time we go long, and Rothman spun in behind. Just takes too long. He dallies with the finish, and Copenhagen can get it clear. Real picks it up, but can't do anything with it. Still level with 5 to the break. Well, at half-time, at least the stats have evened up a bit. That's the only positive. We're going to ask the lads to keep working hard because they are playing pretty well against a good team. They're all inspired. They're more confident, which is great. So let's get into the second period and hope we don't blow it. Well, it's been a surprisingly quiet second half. We reached the final 15 minutes with no further highlights. And we now have to make a decision to balance either fitness or do we go for poor performances in terms of players taken off. Harbo is just back from injury. He's not fully fit and he's not played that well. So Ben Williamson will come on for him. Beck is the one who's knackered and on a yellow. So for him, we'll bring on Nowicki and put Rothman on the left-hand side. Looking further back, even Carlson's had a bad game there. So I'm going to bring on Messick for him as centre-half. Vitt in the holding role struggled. Who do I bring on for him? I've got the likes of Jakobsen, but is this a game for a young player? Not yet, it's not. The other 3 subs weaken the team. So with 15 to go, I'm going to leave it for now. But we'll make the other 2 later if we need to. As with just under 15 to go, we've got a throw on the left with Real, who plays a 1-2 with Vitt. It's into Sampaio. They're going to VAR. I'm not sure. I thought it was all right, to be honest, but I don't want to get excited at this point. At least we're going to get the right decision. Where are those lines going to go? They benefit us. The goal is awarded. Oh, this could be huge. This could be absolutely massive after our recent run. 5 minutes left. Subs have got to be made. And now we're going to go for fitness because Cannell's struggling in the middle. Jakobsen will come on for him. And Sampaio, 2 goals, but he's cream cackered on the right. So let's bring on Rasmus Blaham. He will go on as... Actually, he'll go up front and we'll put Nowicki on the right. We don't have to change shape then. But we are going to change tact. We're going to go to support duties for the 2 wide men. We're going to go defensive duties for the 2 fullbacks. And with Williamson in the middle, we'll just drop to support. This is all about shape. This is all about structure. We're going to time waste our way to a victory. Back in a moment to see if we can do it once we've set up all the dirty stuff. The dark arts are on and we're into 4 minutes of stoppage time against Copenhagen. We've got a Williamson free kick with 90 seconds to go. I'd much rather they'd run that to the corner flag. But we are back in the final 30 seconds of it. Bernston, our former youngster, is on. They spent nearly £1 million to get him from us. And they've delivered a cross there. It's overhit. Starger will keep it in left-hand side. Into the box again to Jakobsen. It's too nervy. Herger's cross is blocked. And Yembi boots it straight out for a throw-in. I love that. The 4 minutes are up. Where is your whistle, referee? Norgeland are winning again. We've got to hang on. Because if we do... This is now a big 3-horse title race. The corner's conceded, but we're already 40 seconds over. What are you doing, ref? Vitt heads the ball away. Mattsson's going to get there, but he's got the chase on him. And he manages to beat it. The full-time whistle goes, though. We cling on for a precious 2-1 win. And isn't it ironic that so many of our wins are coming against the top sides? What we've got to do now is put up a scrap on Thursday, and then it's over to the backup team against Bromby. Well, fun story on our return for the second game today. Loic Remy, of all people, former French centre-forward, sacked by Luton Town, my club. Is that the potential finish for one season of this save? Oh, I don't know. Luton are 18th in the Championship. We'll have a look at what players they've got off camera. More importantly for us, it is fitness test time. It's a trip to Fiorentina. Now, we've played the 2 big boys at home so far. I'm not sure we fare so well away on the road. So we'll see how we get on in this one. We'll see who's fit first and foremost. We'll try and put out our strongest 11. Because if we can get something here, we're right in the hunt for a top 2 place. And that would be a bonus. Let's get through the tactical meeting, see what changes are recommended. And then we'll see how many of them are fit and what 11 we can put out today. Well, only 2 changes to the side today. It is important that we stay as strong as possible because Europe is where the money is, and quite frankly, the coefficient is key. We bring David Palmer back in. He's been brilliant in Europe this season after being ineligible against his parent club. And we bring back in Ivan Mesic into the centre-half position because quite frankly, it made no difference, did it, between him and Carlson. On the bench, Park comes back on. Rothman obviously drops down there as well. But I feel we're as strong as we can possibly be. It's a very similar side to the last game. And can we use that big result as a springboard? It wasn't a vintage performance, but here we're going to set up a bit more cautiously. We're going to try and play for one of those famous 0-0s. Fingers crossed it will come off. 5 changes for Copenhagen. They've got a starting star in Magyar in midfield. Davinson Sanchez there. Timo Horn. Just to give you a sort of indicator of how good they are. Tyler Adams, the skipper. Big lead signing in the summer. And on the bench, players who start the games as young stars. The likes of Carboni at centre-half. Abu Diallo's there as well. And Jeff Rene Adelaide, a former Arsenal player. Let's get through the dressing room though. This is an important game for us. We're going to get the fullbacks and the wingers back onto a more defensive duty. We're almost going to start here as we finished in the last game, but without the time wasting. Let's see if it works out. Set a structured tactical shape and try and frustrate the 40,000 fans in the stadium in Florence. Well, just 1 minute gone here away in Italy, and we've got a throw on the right-hand side. The fullbacks should not be expected to pile forward today, but with David Palmer, we've always got a chance into Sampaio. Great start here again. Palmer to the byline, into the box. Is that an own goal? It is. Rosier puts it in, and just as we saw against Arsenal last time, we've come out the traps flying. Fiorentina are throwing men forward against us, and we've shell-shocked them again. This is incredible stuff. We've gone more defensive and we fly out the traps. It's 1-0 with 2 minutes on the clock. So we're back with 27 gone and it's an easy corner kick routine to the front post. Rosier tried to make amends for his own goal. Thankfully he heads over, but we have not yet had a shot in this game. And we lead by 1-0 as Ekdal, the international for Sweden, into Rosier again. He puts his shot just wide. But look at these stats. No shots, none on target. 30% possession, no expected goals, 0.00, but with 5 to half time, we somehow lead. This is a proper FMing, and it's beyond those where it's 1 shot, 1 goal. We haven't even threatened their goal yet, as Dia picks the ball up front, wide to Baragi, another very good player. Back to Magyar, through ball towards Patrick, he's in 1-on-1, great save from Lerche. If ever he wanted to turn up and have a great game, this is probably his occasion, to be honest. As they've got a corner kick on the left, Baragi will take it. We might go even more defensive second half, because this would be an epic result. As Palmer breaks away, we've got a 2-on-2. No one's catching him. David Palmer to the edge of the box. Sampaio's catching up in the middle. But they've got back and they get it clear. And now it's a 4-on-2 at the other end. But the good news, we've got our fullbacks back in support. So all 4 of them are there. But we've had a shot on target. It wasn't the goal. We do still lead 1-0 though, as Dia picks the ball up on the left. Please let us hold on to the break. And Yembi's closing him. Forces him all the way back to the keeper. That's excellent defensive work. As Horn goes wide to Sanchez. And he's looking for that defence splitting pass. Instead he just plays short into midfield. It's up to Cabral. They've now got 5 committed forward and Patrick's got him behind. And it's a matter of time, isn't it? It was always coming. It's come at a bad time. But Fiorentina, very much deservedly, are back on terms before the break. 1-1 here. Still, it would be a great result. We've had 1 shot on target. It wasn't a goal. We flew out the traps yet again. But at the break, we're clinging on for dear life. So let's tell the lads to keep working hard. I think that's all they can do here. Well, we've gone full time waste, but it's only got us to the hour mark as Rene Adelaide, one of the early subs, in towards Koita, who heads over the bar. We're going to think about subs soon because Beck's struggling on the left. Harbo's struggling. I mean, all the attacking players, because they've got no licence. They're doing a job for us at the minute, but how long can we expect it? As Lerche takes a goal kick, if we hang on through this highlight, we're going to go all out defence. Harbo wide to Palmer. Turns his man, but it's forced back to Anyembi. Harbo to Palmer again. Come on, one attack. Turns his left back. Forced backwards again though, there's no support, and Yemby holds it up. Don't get caught, back to Carter. Into Palmer again. Short ball to Harbo. Could it be the ultimate smash and grab? Look at that foul, ref. Where are you stopping the game? We'd have loved the set piece though. Cannell finds Palmer in one-on-one. I take it back, ref. Best advantage I have ever seen. It is 2-1 Viborg. I said nothing. I said nothing to criticise the official. What an advantage. What a goal. David Palmer gives us the lead again. This is carnage. We've been battered. Look at the stats, it's horrendous. We often moan when we get FM'd, but we have got to take this one well. We're going to bring Schroeder on at left back for real, who's struggling. I'm tempted to bring on a natural left winger if we've got one. I don't think we have. That's the issue here. Can maybe Luca Cannell play out there? He can a little bit. So I'm going to go for Tobias Beck off, Ben Williamson on. Cannell will go out to the left. We're going to drop him and Palmer to standard wingers on support in midfield, because this would give us a chance at getting through in the Europa League, and it would be the best result ever for this club. So let's see who else we can change. We've got tired legs in midfield. We've also got Sampaio struggling. Do we go for fresh legs up top? Maybe just chuck Navicki up there to run around. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to leave it for now. 2 subs made. Very defensive strategy. Just please let us cling on. And in fact, with 15 to go, we'll get the time wasting on 2. There's no point waiting for that. Almost to the final 10 minutes. It is a Lerche goal kick up to Sampaio, who is very isolated back there as Cabral gets it to Maguire. Out wide to the right-hand side. Tyler Adams surging forward again. Gets to the byline. He's now got Schroeder to take on. It's worked into Ekdal. It's a brilliant effort. And Lerche has palmed it straight out to Cabral. We need VAR to save us. If ever there's a time it's going to be our night, I wouldn't mind it now. It is disallowed. Happy days indeed. Harbo's going to come off because he's struggling physically. I know Vit's struggling as well, but I've only got 1 sub. Oh, which one do I go for? I'm going to take Carlson on for Harbo. Carlson in the holding role. He'll just sit there as a sort of anchor man. We'll put him in the defensive role. We'll put Vit as a centre midfielder on defend. We'll put Williamson as a ball-winning midfielder on defend. We are going to sit properly behind the ball here. I have no intent to go forward. This is all about clinging on. Let's get the lads disciplined in a tactical shape and let's try our best. This would be a miracle. We are approaching the final 5 minutes, but it is Fiorentina on the front foot again. Adams gets the ball on the right-hand side. To the byline he goes. Into Koitaru scores. And now we've got to hold on 5 for the draw. And with the team we've got out at the moment, you might argue we've done this too early. 5 minutes to go, 2-2 on the night. This would still be ridiculous looking at the stats. And I think we're going to get it. I tell you what, the lads have made that last 10 very quiet. They've reacted brilliantly to conceding the goal. And at the start of the night, a bit like the Arsenal game last time, we would have bitten your hand off for that score. 2-2 at Fiorentina. We stay unbeaten in the Europa League. Now we've just got to do the job against Bromby and not ruin it like we have in other domestic games. Crucially, another point and another 180,000. And as it stands, we are staying in second place in the Europa League group. 1 point ahead of Fiorentina after holding them both times. And next game, we've got Astana, they've got Arsenal. If the Gunners can do us a favour and we can do our job, we will be through with a game to spare. That's huge. Let's go over to the schedule and see when we're going to be back. I'm quite tempted to show that game next time out because we've got Nordsjælland and Astana back to back. Nordsjælland are in the title race with us. Astana is now the decisive game. And when you look ahead, we've got the winter break then. So we could show that and then go all the way ahead to February. So let me know in the comments what you think and what a performance it was away in Florence. An even more important win against Copenhagen too. There's still a chance for us to salvage this season. But if you did enjoy it, please do add a thumbs up. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. Please do check out the new save from yesterday. It is in the eye above if you missed it. There's also links there to our other key playlists and the Twitch channel as well. And down in the description, all the ways to support the channel, as well as all the links to other platforms. But above my head now is yesterday's new series. I hope you really enjoy it. And we'll be back here in a couple of days' time to try and wrap up our miracle in Europe.